Welcome back to Reviews Inside TV, where we cut through the specs and marketing fluff to give you the truth about the latest gear. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a monitor that's been turning heads in the gaming world, especially among those who crave speed, color precision, and immersion. It's the ASUS ROG Swift 27-inch OLED Gaming Monitor, model PG27AQDM. This monitor features a 2560 by 1440 resolution, a blistering 240 Hz refresh rate, and a lightning-quick 0.03 milliseconds response time. It also packs an OLED panel, G-Sync compatibility, and an anti-glare micro-texture coating, all under the hood of a 26.5-inch display. Let's start by laying out what this thing is made of. The PG27AQDM delivers QHD resolution on an OLED panel, which means deeper blacks and more precise contrast compared to traditional LED monitors. It covers 99% of the DCI-P3 color gamut and comes factory calibrated with Delta E Na2 color accuracy, ensuring true-to-life visuals right out of the box. There's a custom-built heatsink with intelligent voltage optimization designed specifically to mitigate heat buildup, especially important for OLED panels, which are prone to burn-in under high heat. ASUS has also added an anti-glare micro-texture coating that minimizes reflections without compromising vibrancy, a subtle but smart design choice for gamers with brightly lit setups. DisplayPort, HDMI, and USB 3.0 connectivity are all included, and the package comes with everything from cables to a ROG pouch and even a 3-month Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. Setting up the monitor was surprisingly seamless. Out of the box, everything was clearly labeled, and the stand snapped into place with minimal effort. Once powered on, the Display Widget Center made tweaking OLED-specific settings a breeze, using just a mouse, no fiddling with clunky OSD buttons. In my tests, I ran several titles ranging from competitive shooters like Valorant to visually rich games like Cyberpunk 2077. The response time is practically instantaneous. 0.03 millihertz means no motion blur, period. During fast-paced scenes, I noticed zero ghosting and exceptional clarity, even while strafing and flicking rapidly across the screen. HDR content also came alive with rich contrast and deep blacks that gave darker scenes real weight. The uniform brightness setting was a welcome touch. It keeps luminance steady across varying content, which helps avoid brightness fluctuations that can be jarring during long play sessions. However, I did notice that the monitor gets noticeably warm during extended gaming, even with the enhanced heatsink. It's controlled, not alarming, but definitely present. On the plus side, the OLED panel delivers unparalleled contrast, vibrant HDR performance, and exceptional clarity. The 240 Hz refresh rate paired with G-Sync compatibility makes it a dream for competitive gamers. Color accuracy out of the box is truly production grade, making it a dual threat option for both gamers and creators. Build quality is sturdy, with a solid metal base and tight tolerances throughout the frame. The anti-glare coating does a solid job of cutting out annoying reflections without dulling the vibrancy of the display. On the downside, the risk of OLED burn-in, while mitigated, still exists, especially for users who game with static UI elements. Heat generation remains noticeable, and the lack of HDMI 2.1 ports may disappoint console users looking to maximize next-gen compatibility. Real quick, if you're enjoying this breakdown so far and want more no-fluff reviews just like this, hit that like button, subscribe to Reviews Inside TV, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got plenty more where this came from. Now, when it comes to whether the PG27AQDM justifies its price tag, it really depends on your priorities. This isn't a casual monitor. It's built for people who demand top-tier performance, whether that's in competitive gaming or color-critical creative work. The OLED panel, high refresh rate, and pre-calibrated color accuracy put it in the premium category, and honestly, it delivers on that promise. The inclusion of premium accessories and the Creative Cloud trial adds tangible value, but the cost is still steep if you're not going to take full advantage of its capabilities. Compared to other 1440p gaming monitors, especially LED-based ones, the ROG Swift OLED clearly dominates in contrast ratio, pixel response time, and viewing angles. It also holds its own against other OLED gaming displays in this size range, with a better cooling system and more intuitive software controls than many of its direct competitors. However, some similarly priced options offer HDMI 2.1 and slightly higher peak brightness. So if console gaming or ultra-bright HDR is your focus, those alternatives might be worth considering. Build quality is unmistakably premium. The monitor feels substantial with a metal base and a well-balanced frame that doesn't wobble. ASUS didn't cut corners on materials, and the design is both functional and stylish. Over time, OLED longevity remains a cautious area, but the thermal solution in this unit gives it a better chance at withstanding long gaming sessions without the usual risks. While I didn't interact directly with ASUS customer support for this review, the brand has built a solid reputation for ROG product reliability and warranty coverage. They've also been proactive about OLED care, providing clear burn-in protection tips and support materials. That's reassuring for buyers investing in OLED technology. If you're looking for alternatives at a lower price, you might explore high-refresh IPS displays in the QHD category. They won't match the OLED contrast, but many come close in speed and color fidelity, and they tend to run cooler with no burn-in concerns. Something like a 240Hz IPS panel with decent HDR support might serve competitive gamers well without crossing into premium OLED territory. So here's the final verdict. The ASUS ROG Swift PG27 AQDM lives up to its claims in most areas that matter: blistering speed, vivid visuals, and pro-grade color accuracy. It's not without compromises. Heat management and OLED limitations still apply, but ASUS has clearly engineered around these with care. If you're a serious gamer or hybrid gamer creator and you want that crisp OLED experience at 1440p with competitive level specs, this monitor absolutely fits the bill. For more casual users or those on a tighter budget, you may not need everything this screen has to offer, but for its intended audience, it's a strong performer that mostly delivers where it counts. Thanks for sticking around with Reviews Inside TV. You'll find the link to check out this monitor in the comments box. Drop your thoughts below, especially if you already own this model or have questions we didn't cover. Until next time, this is Reviews Inside TV, reminding you that the screen might change, but honest reviews never will.